And there we go. We are live across the internet on YouTube and StreamYard. And I'm going to click this button and go live on
I could do
Instagram.
that.
There we go. Go
I'll just sit
live on
closer to
Instagram.
the there. I'll do
There we
this.
go.
You know what I need is a gamer's chair. So we can sit there and then we can put some crazy background behind me,
Get
like
that
those
big
good.
green screen thing behind you.
Yeah, and talk about what the hell happened here. Oh, AdBlock Plus has just been updated. Just
Oh,
so you know.
congratulations.
Thank
Just
you.
in time for episode 86 of Slurp Toast, a podcast. Boom! Did you see how I did that?
That was amazing. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. I'm getting better at this. Thank you. I'm pretty proud of that myself.
That's a
Thanks,
good
Ad
one.
Blocker. And you were saying
About
you
AdBlocker?
were no before Ad Blocker, before I hit go live, you were kvetching a bit.
No, just a little bit. It was a we're doing training, learning about business things.
Any
Kaizen,
specific business things?
Kaizen, lean, continuous improvement.
Oh, are you
A,
Six Sigmaing?
we're not Six Sigming. I wish we were because I would like to meet male enhancement and handshake, whatever they were from 30 Rock. Handsomeness, great hair, play hard. If you remember that scene,
I do not, but it sounds right.
let's see. 30 Rock, we're going to diverge. Six Sigmas. Because, yeah, Jack is like, there they are. And it's like, what do you mean? He goes, it's each one of them embodies a pillar of the Six Sigma business philosophy. Crap. They've got to, where the guy? There we go. Teamwork. And they were dudes. So it goes, there they are, the Six Sigmas. It's teamwork, insight, brutality, male enhancement, handshakefulness, and I believe it's play hard.
Handshakefulness.
And play hard. Those were the six guys. Those were the Six Sigmas, the embodiment of business masculinity / toxicity.
So often the same thing.
So anyway, we were learning about it and we were having the meeting. And the trainer had said something about how it's bad if one department is running the whole show. And then Rosie,
No, the hell you say?
The hell you say? And so then somebody decided to make that about me, and I was like, no, no, the IT department does not run things. It's very much the opposite. We're pretty much at the whim of every other department out there. They want this, we do this. We want this, we want to do this. And the comment was, well, no, they just said that that's how this company's run. And I came unglued. And there were two of these guys sitting on either side of the company president, and each one of them had gotten, I unloaded. Somebody asked me afterwards. They were like, "If that had been me, I'd have quit. I'd have just picked up my stuff and walked out." And somebody goes, "You were close, weren't you?" I was like, "Yeah." And then I realized that somebody who used to work here, who was a complete baby and a dipshit, would have done that, would have like stomped off, said I quit, then come back like 10 minutes later as if it had never happened. So I pulled up short.
Costanza method.
Sure, yeah, it was Costanza. However, the two individuals who I think were most likely to complain about why they felt the IT department was, shortchanging them, got a quick lesson in tell the full story, dipshit. You asked me to help, and then you walked away as if I was the only one who could do things, and then came back the next day and asked me why it wasn't done. To which I replied, I have a lot of other things to do. You have access to the same resources that I do. You are actually that team's manager. Why didn't you pick up the fucking phone yourself and make the call? Huh? Do you want to explain to that? The passive aggressive behavior. And then the other one also got an earful too about asking if we could do emergency last minute hire on Monday. Yes. Then their assistant on Tuesday asked if we could do it. Answer is still yes. And then asked on Thursday if that was going to happen, at which point I said, this has already been asked and answered 2 previous times this week. Yes. And then in the meeting, as they sat there smugly, I asked them what the fuck was wrong with them. Could they not read their fucking emails? Which then launched into a whole nother thing that turned into like a TPS reports from that. We got a note that there was an insurance certificate missing, and it's for a qualification. And I said, they asked about it, and I go, I had the website open, uploading new insurance certificates as they were asking. And they then started this email chain where like 5 different people jumped on to say, well, maybe it's about this, maybe it's about this. And I was like, in the meeting, the comment was, it's like a goddamn TPS report from Office Space. One person asks, 6 others jump on the train, and it turns out that none of you can fucking read. Had you read it, you would have known what it was about. There was no reason to ask when it clearly said, this is for blank. But none of you fucking did. None of you.
Oh,
And
man.
everyone who jumped on that chain thinking, I'm just trying to help you out, made the situation infinitely worse, because all you did was confuse everyone else on the email chain. So if you want to get into what department is holding other departments up, it ain't fucking me. Look at the guy to your right and the guy to your left.
Wow, you've had quite a week, and it's only Wednesday.
And then as I went and talked to somebody, they're like, man, I can't believe you didn't just pick up your shit and go. It's like, it's only Wednesday.
There's still time.
And now I'm being expected to help fix a problem at somebody's house. And it's like,
excuse me?
Oh, yeah. My email tonight was, I haven't done this for 2 years. This project is being done by others so as to not be my responsibility. Why are you calling me?
Okay.
I spent the whole afternoon at their house trying to run this problem down. And I kept telling the other person, I was like, you need to call this person and this person and this person and this person. You need to call him. You need to call him. You need to call him. Well, I'm waiting on a call back from this other person. I go, they can't help you. Call the other. You know what? I'm going home. I only live 10 minutes away. See ya. Bye.
Wow.
Been that kind of a day.
You're fading off the side of the screen.
I know. Well, I moved closer to the screen so that the
move
top
to
of my
your
shirt.
left. Your other left. There you go. Now when you lean,
now when I do this,
you won't lean out of the frame. Well, I just wrote down.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm just here to direct. I just wrote down, tell the whole story, dipshit, as a possible episode title. But I have one that I think I have to use. Before we started, I wrote down it's a moral imperative.
Moral imperative, yes.
Because today we lost Val Kilmer.
Yep.
And that has been one of our working mottos of our friendship since we saw Top Secret. No, Real Genius. Real Genius. And yeah, so that one kind of was like, oh man, that sucks.
It does suck.
And I still maintain, much like the Karate Kid, Iceman was the hero of Top Gun.
Oh, that's good. Everybody's changing their titles. So anyway.
Change yours to Lord Protector of the Realm. And to the King. I don't know.
Let's just take the title off. Fuck it.
Fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
FAFO.
Yeah, exactly. Then we were supposed to have lunch with the consultants today, so I went in, got a plate, and left.
Nice.
Oh, you need to be in here. Nope, I have nothing more to add to this cluster. You guys sort this one out yourselves. So, anyway.
Deep breath. and we don't have a theme for this show, but we have an experiment for this show.
Hey, look,
Did you bring
I
your
got my
phone?
phone. I brought my
All
phone.
right. Okay, so I'm just gonna set this up. Back a long time ago now, we got our first job together, and there was a manager there who sort of became a mentor to us, I think it's fair to say. Creatively and just sort of, and then he became a friend over time. So I was poking around on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and I found out that he's on Facebook. And I think it'd be really funny if we both sent him Facebook friend requests at the same time, and then see if there's any response in real time during the course of this podcast. So, are you ready?
Yeah, wait a
Do
minute.
you have it? Go to find and type in first and last, and it's full first and last.
All right, let's Facebook. Let's do that. It's like one of these moments where, you forget how Facebook works.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Oh, that's right. It's David, not David.
No names.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Yes, it's the one with the Wienermobile in the profile. There.
Wait a minute, let me see. There we go.
Got it?
I got him.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Add friend.
Add friend.
All right. Now I'm going to leave my phone up here and see what happens. I will keep you updated throughout the course of the podcast if I see any response.
Okie dokie.
So that's just our little experiment for today. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
So I think I've told you, much like your 12 Days of Liam, I have, for some misbegotten reason, decided I want to watch all the Jason Statham movies.
Oh, I started, but then after a while, it's like, I've seen this one, haven't I?
Sometimes it's hard to tell. I had to pull down a filmography and make a spreadsheet so I could keep track. There's a lot of fast equations I haven't watched yet, but I've seen most of them. And he had a new one come out last weekend called A Working Man. And I was hoping to see it with the boys because they have gotten on the bandwagon with me.
Okay.
But they couldn't wait. So they went to see it Saturday afternoon. Got mixed results from my boys. I went to see it by myself Sunday morning.
And
it was a Jason Statham movie. I sent Jack a text and I said, all right, on a scale of Wrath of Man to the Meg 2, where does this fall? Because The Wrath of Man is a good movie that Jason Statham just happens to be in.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it the one where they like kill his kid and he?
Yes, the bank robbery one, and Clint
Eastwood's
kid's the bad guy. That one's actually a good movie. He just happens to be in it. The Meg 2, the horrible CGI fest. He gave it a 4. So with Wrath of Man at 2, the 10, the Meg at 2, he gave Working Man 4. I tend to agree with his ranking. Nothing, no new ground was broken, to say the least. The interesting thing about it was a couple of things that came out of this for me. One is the credits were rolling by and they were telling a story in the background in the James Bond opening credits. So I was trying to watch that. It said based on the book, and it went away. The book is called Levon's Trade, but I didn't see who it was by, so it went flying away so fast. So I got home and I looked. The book was written by Chuck Dixon.
Oh, okay.
Comic book Chuck Dixon.
Got it.
It's very much, and he's written 12 of them, as it turns out. Jack's response of this character, and Jack's response rightly was, how do you stretch that out for 12 books? I'm like, you'd be surprised. Let me introduce you to the Destroyer and Mac Bolan. It's the same book every time. So yeah, it's very much in the vein of like the men's adventure books of our youth. Because I bought it and read it in like a day and a half. Very little effort. 200 pages. And it was
it's a Terry. What's his face?
Yes, it's very much. Yeah. I will definitely use those as airplane books for sure.
Okay,
for sure, because I don't have to think about it. But anyway. All that is to say, it was an interesting thing I discovered that Chuck Dixon had written a series of pulpy men's adventure books that I did not know he had written. And then the other thing I noticed while I was watching this, again, during the credits, I think I paid more attention to the credits than I did the movie itself, basically. This is the second or third movie that Statham has made where Stallone is an executive producer or has some finger in
In the pie,
and I know
Okay.
what it is. I figured it out.
and that is
He's given Statham all the movies he's too old to make.
ooh,
Because
okay. Then.
Jack told me he had seen somewhere that Stallone had been trying to make a movie out of this book for years. And the last Rambo movie had a very similar plot focused on human trafficking.
Okay,
So yeah, I think Stallone's using Statham as a proxy.
that is a terrifying. Trying to figure out what exactly we would call that. But yeah, a little bit scarier.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense, right? Because Stallone, I mean, it's a movie he would have made, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
totally is, right?
Mhm.
And he's just not believable in that kind of role anymore, as evidenced by the last Rambo movie, which was a shit show of epic proportions. Yes, I saw it.
I saw like the last where he basically rigged his
Where he-
compound
where he built the VC tunnels under his
Yes.
farm. Yes,
under his farm. Yes.
yes, yes.
It's like you're looking more like Burgess every day, Rock.
Mickey. But yeah, so I think when they made the Expendable Statham or Stallone went, hold on a second,
I got an idea.
I got a guy.
I got a guy.
That guy now.
You're gonna love this guy.
I'm gonna make sure of it.
We got 15 years with this guy. How many books you got?
Yeah. So those are my observations coming out of A Working Man. David Harbour is in it, and he's really good.
Okay.
And I did come out of the movie thinking it would be fun to see Statham and Harbour do a buddy cop movie.
Ooh. Oh, how about this one? The Line Cooks, where they're working at a cafe. They're in witness protection. They come out to beat the bad guys because some mobster runs into their joint. They're also gay.
Revenge is a dish best served. Cold.
Piping hot. Yeah. Bang with a clang right up the side of
Cast
the head.
iron skillet.
Cast iron skillet. A lot of skillet play.
Yeah.
If Daredevil owns the hallway fight, Statham and Harbour own skillet fights.
I'm down for it. I can
Down
totally
for-
see it.
Down for skillet fights and little
they
egg
give-
flippers, whatever
They
they
give
use.
they give somebody the skillet concerto, one on each
Oh.
side.
Oh no! One's punching the other one, holds up his hand. The other one throws it like Thor's hammer across.
Nice.
He clangs the guy, throws it like that. Harbour picks it up, brains his guy, throws it back over his head.
And if
Statham
he uses
two
his
hands
shield
it.
too to block bullets. Pew, 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 pew.
Brings it over his head, blocks the bullets, and then stabs the guy with the handle.
Nice.
I love this fight scene. Line Cooks coming to a theater near you. Short ordered, short tempered. Line Cooks. Ordered up a tall stack of pain.
You're throwing them out fast enough. I can write them down.
Oh, that's fun. Revenge over easy.
Yeah. Revenge is on the menu.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I only got one in, but it was pretty damn good.
No, that is a good one. Yes. Yes. Just a picture of them, like the low shot, standing sort of back to back. One of them holding the skillet, and the other one just drenched in blood. This thing of sausage.
Wife beaters with an apron around their waist, like
Yes.
Mel Sharples.
And with the little paper hats.
I
Like
like
Good
it.
Burgers. Like take the poster of Good Burgers or Good whatever, the
Yeah,
Keenan
Good-
thing, yeah, where they're in the little cook outfits with the paper hats. Perfect. And just riff on that. Write a treatment.
I think we just
Opening
did.
scene.
That's
Jason
as good as
Statham
the.
makes love to his woman for the last time.
Then he says goodbye to his kid.
He says goodbye to his kid. David Harbour says goodbye to his kid. Statham, the moody
I
loner,
think-
not a family guy.
Let's flip it because
Flip-
Statham, though he has no kids, always has kids in his movies. I don't know why. So
Okay,
Statham has to say goodbye to a kid. Harbour can have the love scene,
okay.
and
They meet
Yeah.
up outside, the restaurant blows up and the mob, and then you flash back to whatever it is they did in a previous life. And the movie is off and running, and it ends with the big giant skillet fight. Or the skillet fight is one of the teaser things. The last one is just a mindless shoot 'em up, and you got cars flipping in slow motion, and
I put all of that in the trailer, and none of it's in the movie. Just
Well, the
release a
movie-
do a jump cut from Fast and the Furious movies. Just cars. So it makes no sense. And now I'm doing the Patton Oswalt thing.
Yes.
Trying to fuck. Will they fuck? Probably.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Line cooks. Revenge is on the menu.
Menu, yes, that's it. Right above the title, them. Oh yeah.
Oh, and it's
Ah!
scrawled on like a
Wait a minute, I got
like
mine
a diner
accepted.
ticket. Scrawled on a diner ticket.
Oh yeah. The title of the movie is Line Cook on the diner ticket. I just got my approved request.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, update. I did not. Now I'm sad. Oh,
What?
no, I did. Boom. Social experiment works. Thank
Yes.
you, Dave.
Now
Oh
that
my
we
goodness.
keep accidentally saying his name,
Well, we won't say anything else.
I got a hey.
Should I write? We're talking about you on our podcast right now. Keep talking while I do this.
Okay, I just wrote back, hey yeah. I like it. I like this whole idea of the movie, the line. I mean, this thing, it doesn't even need to be written. You could write this like Smokey and the
I was
Bandit
about to
on the
say-
back
yeah.
of a napkin.
Yes,
Car
exactly.
chase, skillet fight, flashback, dead kid.
They just shuffle that around.
Just
till you
shuffle it
find a
around.
rhythm that works.
And boom. I like it.
Line cooks. It's
Line
a thing.
Cooks.
Coming
It's
soon.
a thing coming soon. Coming this fall to Fox.
We can probably make it that fast. We don't do shoot it on digital.
Shoot it on digital, edit it on the
CGI
fly.
the shit
Just
out of it.
on the way to the distributor, you could edit in the car. I haven't told
We'll
you.
get some of those Doge kids involved. They know how to work things.
They know how to work fast. Break everything, work fast. I always had this thing. I was talking with Frank at work one day, and I had this idea. I was like, like whenever I've seen like porno, right? I always imagine like the crew hanging out. Like there's like a sound guy. He's like this, hunched over his thing, working a boom mic, and he's not even watching. He's just sitting there with like his back
Watching
to
the
it, listening
levels.
levels. Yeah.
Yep.
Turns around and the director's like, "Did you get the orgasm?" And he just turns around wordlessly, just gives him a thumbs up. The camera guy,
The lighting guy is trying to make sure there's no penis shadow.
yeah, he's sitting there with that little reflector.
Yes. Which he has to move like this. Or like this.
Just always craft services on that thing. Like
Wash
they're saying,
your fucking hands.
no,
There's a guy outside craft services with a power washer.
spraying everybody down.
Yeah,
It's like a
the
little
prison-
hazmat thing. You
like
go
the
through
prison
booth,
scenes where they like delouse you.
hands up against the
Yeah.
wall. All right, now you can have a donut.
Now you gotta spread them first. It's got to get it all.
Now you can eat.
Oh, you already did. Never mind. Sorry. You're listening
right.
to the right again. Go left.
All right, so okay, we're laughing. Art school, you have to do a class, naked figure drawing. It's not called that; it's called figure drawing, but everybody calls it the naked people class, right?
Right, well, that makes sense.
So the year that I take it, our professor decides no campus models. He hires everybody from wherever he finds them. I don't know. It's a weird.
Bus station.
Yeah, sometimes some of these guys look at you like that dude looks like Ronald Reagan, except I've never seen Ronald Reagan naked, and that dude looks unhealthy. Like he needs some nutrition. He's all weirdly shaped people. But the year before I took naked people drawing, they used students and one of the other art majors was one of the models. And between poses, he would walk around in a robe that ended like right at the top of his cock. So everywhere you walk around, he's just flapping around, just little. And one of the girls, she's like, I can't stand for long periods of time. I always had to sit at the board. He goes, and he comes up in the breaks and starts talking to me, and his junk is right here in my goddamn face.
Did she not take a hint? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just rude.
No, yeah. If you'd seen the guy, and you see him now, he peaked like sophomore year in, college, and
Gotcha.
got into bodybuilding. Still has this ridiculous kind of jerry curled weave sort of a thing. I mean, it's a bad look. It was a bad look then. No, I'm sorry. It looked okay then because it was the 80s, but now you're just like, dude, just, shave it, man. You're black. You guys can pull that off. Just shave it all off. Whatever. Do something.
Besides that, anything with the soul glow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. So anyway, sorry. That's one of those moments where like all of the imagery kind of jumbles together, where you're just sitting there imagining the sound guy with his back to the thing, just kind of hands on, and it's like this. It's one hand here, one hand working the board, and then just casually, over the shoulders kind of a thing. Just
It's
never
probably a
says word.
two-man operation because there's the one guy holding the boom and the other guy working the board and the levels. So there's probably a two-man team.
And they're
The guy
standing
with the
back to
boom
back
mic
for
is,
their own safety,
The guy running the board keeps tapping the guy with the boom mic. Pay
He
attention.
raises it up and lowers it down. Whichever elbow he
Side
throws.
to side.
Side to
and
side,
down.
up and down.
It's all the
He and the
same.
reflector guy are all doing this.
You're in sync.
It looks like a night at the Roxbury with it. Dun, 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 dun. All three of them up, down, side. Dip, dip. No.
Nice. Throw that in right at the end. I like it.
Oh yeah. So.
Oh man, that's too funny. Let's see. The only other thing I had written down was: have you
Like I said-
read? Huh?
Yes.
You have? Okay, good. Good.
No.
Have you read any of Zeb Wells' Spider-Man?
I may
Most-
have, just in passing. I don't think I've ever gone, ooh, Zeb Wells.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I started reading. I'm like, all right. And I finished because as I've told you, you need to get a library card and get their free app so you can download trades.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it much easier to go, well, I'll give it a shot. All right, I got some more borrows for the month. Why not? So I've read the entire 5-year run.
Holy
in the
crap.
last week and a half. 12 volumes. I'm done.
60
It is
episodes.
today. Yeah, 60
Wow, that's
issues.
a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. But it was interesting. There was a lot of will Norman Osborn or will he not make a heel turn? Some interesting throwbacks are really early issues of Spider-Man where they tied it into what they were doing now. And the usual Lovelorn Peter, blah, blah, blah. And Ben Reilly's got a new identity now. He's not the Scarlet Spider anymore. He's Chasm. He's mad.
Ooh.
He has made a heel turn.
Okay.
He's mad because he doesn't have memories anymore. So anyway,
Sucks.
it was. Well, they weren't his to begin with. Somebody wanted them back. So it is what it is. But it was an interesting read, and I'm done. And I just was curious, as you being the Spidey guy, if you'd read any of it. So,
like I said, I've never made a point to do it.
it was a solid 3 out of 5 stars all the way through, as I rated it on Goodreads. The last volume got a 4 because it actually tied up everything in the run nicely. You hand off to the next guy. So anyway, if you're ever inclined, it's a good, reasonable read.
Okay.
So I'm done now.
I will look into that. That was one of the questions in our pre-coaching questionnaire was like, list all the books you read in the last 6 months, and it was all detective fiction. It was the S.A. Cosby books. It was Tim Dorsey stuff. It was maybe I worked in a Longmire in there. I don't remember, you know, and I just keep waiting for that question. Well, you don't read any business books. And it's like, because they're boring. And once you've read one, I think you've read most of them.
I read one a year. I think I read mine for the year. I read Freakonomics because I've never
Okay.
read it. So I got it mine out of the way. Although it's
Nice
technically
job.
not a business book. So, but anyway.
But that's the kind of stuff I would rather read than I'd rather actually read, pamphlets given to me by Jehovah's Witnesses than I would. Are you going to hell? Probably. Let's find out. Take the quiz. Yes. All right. So you know how we did follows a couple weeks ago?
Yes, because they're still all in my queue here.
So I was thinking about this. One thing I didn't mention is that, or maybe I did, I like to watch the guys break Pokemon cards. Okay.
Okay.
I've watched the guys break sports cards, and they have this weird sort of faux seriousness about them. Like, this is the most important thing they've done all week is like, I found a 1 of 5 refractor of Paul Skeens, which, to be honest, would be like the biggest thing you've done all week because you're going to sell that for big bucks.
Yeah.
But you found a refractor from whoever the worst guy on your roster is.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God, I got a parallel card of Hunter Renfro. Holy shit, that's worth nothing.
Time out. Hold on. We're gonna go back to you. Did you see how much the kid who found the 1 of 1 Paul Skeens sold it for?
Like $1 million, like more than Paul Skeens makes on his rookie contract. Yes.
Exactly. And the Pirates couldn't figure out it was way more valuable to cough up the money than to offer the shitty prize package showcase showdown that they did. Like, who wants Pirates season tickets for the next 20 years?
And a new car. It's a Ford Fiesta. Yes. If you're not in Pittsburgh, why would you want that?
Yeah. So he sold the card for $1 million. Now, if there's a secondary market, the Pirates are really fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, that was dumb. That was a dumb offer.
Yeah. It's just sort of said, what do you want? Free college, free this, free that.
The odds of that card actually landing in Pittsburgh for a Pirates fan to find it and trade in for season tickets was so minuscule. That was dumb. That's something you throw on at the end. That's not your big get.
No, that's yeah.
Especially based on the way the Pirates have been playing for years, right?
Yeah. No, but yeah, watching the guys do those kind of card breaks, I mean, they're just so.
He's going about Pokemon. I'm sorry, I sidetracked.
No. We're fine. Because I mean, like you watch a guy do, they get all jazzed about like a 1 of 5 refractor. The Pokemon guys seem to know that like 99.9% of the cards they pull are worthless. And there's sort of a tongue-in-cheekiness about these guys doing these little card breaks. Well, like one of them has music. Should I open it or keep it sealed? My favorite one guy, and then if he gets like a bad pull, it's like, guess should have kept it sealed.
Okay, that's awesome.
There's another guy who's trying to fill a binder with $5,000 worth of Pokemon by ordering, just opening random packs every day. He has a spinner wheel and it says, 6. He opens up 6 packs, and he's been doing it for like 20 days. And I think he just cleared the $500 mark. You're like, because how many days is this going to take? And you're like, 6 months.
The rest of your fucking life.
But
oh my God.
I get a kick.
That's actually a good bit. That's a good bit, though.
It's a great bit. Yes. And then, of course, your other question as you're watching this is like, one, I don't understand why I'm doing this. Something's wrong with me. And then you're like really emotionally invested in, God damn, I hope he pulls that glitter hollow Charizard. He's been opening packs from that set for days, And then you kind of go, my God, how many of these things are there? How many series are there? It just boggles the mind. And I think because it's not sports, it adds that sort of unreality to it. Hey, cool. You pulled a torpedo. I don't know what that is, but it's a cool looking glitter card.
Good for you and your torpedo door. Isn't that what the Yankees are using for bats now? Torpedo
Pretty
doors.
much. Yeah, torpedo doors. You got the torpedo door. Anyway, I find it just it
Interesting.
relaxes me, and it is interesting, and it's because it's a fandom I not anywhere close to appreciating. I just sort of enjoy the cheekiness of it all.
That's fun. I think I'm going to have to unfollow one of my followers from last week because
Oh,
he's suffering from the bro. He's starting to believe his own shit.
oh no.
And Joel Saltzman, the kung fu bodybuilder with
Uh-oh.
with large A cups,
Uh-huh.
um, he's started photoshopping himself into pictures with other like really actually famous bodybuilders and doing a
Oh.
poor job of it, where there's like scraggly edges along the picture and
Hmm.
body parts are melding together, and there was matrix videos, and I think I'm gonna have to consciously uncouple with Joel. I think I'm over
Okay.
it.
Cholo Dance Party or Dance Daily. Love
Uh-huh.
that.
That's
Love
a
that.
great one.
I showed it to Babe. Babe was just like, "Well, that makes sense because all you got to do is really just match the time. If you match, because
Mhm.
because she's like, we do it with dance. Is if you could just match the time, any song. But he did one. I think it was Vogue that just matched up perfect.
Oh, there was he did one to I think it was "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
just
a good one too.
the greatest thing ever." Yeah, it's brilliant content. He shot it once,
Uh huh.
and he's using it every day, and all he
Yeah.
does is slap a song over it, and he's
Yes.
probably got them queued up for weeks. Like
Oh hell yes.
you
Oh
do
hell
like
yes.
20 of them in a day, you're good. You do a month's worth and just roll them out every day. He's
Yeah, the
probably got
Vogue
it
one
set to it like auto populates every morning, and boom.
just goes. Yeah, the Vogue one was great because I think when the Vogue starts really building is when he's like right in front of the lowrider jumping in the background,
Nice.
and I'm like watching it just, oh, this is fucking fantastic. This is exactly what I needed today,
Every day. Okay,
every day,
I'm testing something different.
daily, daily.
Almost as if that was the plan. Hang
That's the
on.
theme.
Watch this.
What is that?
It's a song called "Steve Is Here" by Dramarama, and I have been meaning since the first of the year
To play
to.
that.
I found a site where I can pull the vocals off the audio, so
Uh-huh.
I just have drops say "Steve is here, Steve is here" all through the show.
Planet Comic Con. Steve is here.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Steve is here and it's begun. Steve is here and we're having fun. Steve is here and it's begun.
Oh
Steve
my.
is here and we're having fun. Yeah, we're in the sun. We're in the sun. Yeah, we're having fun. We're having fun. Yeah, 'cause Steve is here. Yeah, 'cause Steve is.
Oh wow.
So I got the boys approved of my plan. I was going to drop it on you one night, but I was just thinking it's too funny not to share. I've been waiting. I just haven't had a chance to upload the song to get them to rip it apart. But we'll have some Steve is here drops soon.
Nice, nice, nice. That would be it. I need intro music for work, so just pull that up.
This
'Cause right,
song it's on the album. Which album is it on? Vinyl, the album Vinyl by the band Dramarama. It's track
Okay.
11, no, track 12. Steve is here.
okay.
There you go.
They came in once, man. I was blowing out in living colors. Just the whole fucking album stain.
Nice.
Like Jesus. Bum, 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 bum. In my eyes, what do you see? Like singing
What we
Culture
have
Club.
here is that's the wrong song. Sorry, that's Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
I dropped the wrong clip.
that's okay. Oh man. Oh, this is fun. So I do one of the follows from
Yes.
the other baseball is it baseball by design?
Yes.
Anyway, yes. Minor league logos, the Quad City River Bandits,
Normally a
Quad Cities
raccoon,
being
correct?
normally a raccoon, where I went to school, have released a road logo that's a QC that kind of mimics the Kansas City logo.
Okay.
With like one of the bridges over the river.
Nice.
It's a very, very cool cap. I ordered it today.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find it and pull it up. Bear with me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh,
I was
man.
excited because the Round Rock Express released some new Chupacabras gear that I actually might buy now. It's a black hat
Okay,
with a
then.
neon green Chupacabra on it.
Ooh, nice. Yeah,
Are we going to
the
talk about the Georgia O'Keeffe clam that I sent you?
is that what Ben Shapiro goes? I don't know what she's painting. I've never. It's just or the oh, never mind. One of the right wing nut jobs is saying I don't understand why Georgia Keefe's an important. Her paintings are of nothing I've ever seen before. And it's
Well, that
like you're like, okay,
you're out
okay.
in yourself there, buddy.
It explains a lot, my friend.
Yep.
But
Oh,
yes, the catcher's mitt. What is it? It's not. Is it the Red Sox? One of their minor league teams?
I think so because it's like a Northeast team.
Yes, because you've got the mitt with the oyster
Yes, and the
uh,
pearl. The pearl
and the
is what
pearl.
makes it.
And the pearl in the mitt, and it looks every bit like I showed it to Kristen. She's like, "What are you showing me?" I was like, "I just,
I showed
I
it
think
to
I want
Lars.
this
Like,
hat."
I can't unsee that. So hold on, I found it. Here we go. Not that one, the other one. Here we go. Hold on.
Which one are we showing up there?
That one. There you go.
There, see, I really kind of dig that.
I can see why. That's
I
right in your wheelhouse, man.
It is. I ordered a hat this afternoon.
Nice.
I saw that this morning, and I ordered the hat this afternoon. So this is
That's
fun.
really clean.
It's very clean, and I think the road jerseys. It's a black hat, but I don't like those flat brim fitted hats.
Oh, I
So
can't stand those.
I bought like the dad hat, which is in a kind of a bright blue. Yeah, I can't wait to like start repping that at Kaufman. Oh, this is fun. Planet Comic Con.
Oh yeah. Tell me about that. How was that?
That was fun.
You went like every day, didn't you?
Just 2 days. Just two
Okay.
days. But there's an artist there who also goes to San Diego, and I was wearing my Hiroshima Carps hat,
Nice.
which is like a little goldfish with 3 baseballs and little circle things. Very cool. And so I walk up to his booth, and I don't think he recognizes me, even though I do talk to him like twice a year.
They talk to a lot of people in his defense.
I know, exactly. So anyway, I was in there talking to him. He goes, "Is that the carp?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, it is." He's like, "Oh man," he goes, "because my wife is Filipino," and he goes, "and we went, to the Philippines, and we were coming back, and we stopped at this place that like sells surplus stuff and overstuff and
Oh,
Asian
wow.
knockoff stuff." He goes, "I just bought a ton of Japanese baseball jerseys and T-shirts and hats and just all kinds of just Japanese baseball apparel."
That's very cool.
I was like, "Yeah," I go, "I want to find one of the carp shirts." And I go, "You gonna be in San Diego?" Yeah. I go, "Well, if I could find one, I'm gonna stop by your booth and rep the carp."
Nice.
But yeah, no, he's the guy that does the Dusty print, the one like.
Oh, okay.
That guy, yeah.
Nice.
It'd be nice if I could remember his name. Justin. Fuck, I've even bought stuff from him.
Hold on.
Are you gonna find a delightful picture of
Uh-huh.
of the?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fixing to put it on the screen. Yep. Now that I have this new share all these new functions, oh, you can be damn sure I'm gonna do this. Here you go. Boom.
Wow. Man.
It's just there's no quality control. The new logo for the Chesapeake Oyster Catchers.
Wow.
I like the 5th comment down. Go Oyster Catchers. Diddle them.
Little. Yeah. You look at that. It's like, why is the baseball kind of? I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be like a pearl, but it looks like they blurred it out.
Yeah, nope. I believe their new mascot is Flicker D Bean. I don't know. He's the new oyster catcher, Flicker D Bean. So yeah, that's horrible. I don't know who okayed that. And you can't even like. I think if their stitching were on the baseball, it would be a
It
little
is.
better. But with the stitching blurred out,
It
it's
just makes it
worse.
look. It
It's
does
worse.
because yeah, it goes from being. Yeah, it is worse because now
Yeah.
it's like, why is that blurred out? Oh my god, it's blurred out.
It's a speed blur.
Yeah, that is.
Make your own old catcher's mitt joke, please.
Oh my god.
All right, that's got to go away. Can't have that up there for that long. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see now. What am I doing? I've got too many things to control now. What else is going on with you? You went to opening day.
Went to opening day. That was got my usual whatever baseball. The opening day baseball.
Sorry, you were still thinking about the last baseball you saw.
Yeah, I was kind of a little distracted there. Yes, I've managed to go to since we bought our little 20 game pack of season tickets. I've been to opening day. I think I missed one since 2003.
Nice.
I think it's 2003. I always go by. It was the first year Tony Pena was a full-time manager of the Royals. So he picked it up like the middle of the season before. So I think it's 2003. And I have the opening day, so-and-so versus so-and-so, the special deco ball for all but like 4 of them. I didn't do it the first couple of years because I was like, I am not collecting more of this stuff. And then I was like, well, I'm going to get it. And then I'm going to get it. Then I'm going to get it. And now it's like, I got to go back and find the others. And, I've slowly
the completist.
The completist, yes. So, Kristen's like, what if they moved to the new stadium and the ticket prices go up? I go, by the time they do it, it'll be 25 years and we can stop.
Are y'all getting a new stadium?
Nobody knows. Nobody
Okay.
knows. They keep proposing it and it just, yeah. They talk about it.
I know Austin is on the potential list of cities for one of the 2 really unnecessary, but probably going to happen anyway, expansion teams are talking about. And I wouldn't hate it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think if another one comes to Texas, it'll come to San Antonio.
Okay.
I think it'll go to Nashville. I think it'll be Nashville. We'll get one.
Oh,
Somebody was saying Orlando, and I mean, just move the Rays if you want a team there. Just move them.
Yeah, I was going to say Orlando doesn't make sense.
Have Disney build them a stadium on grounds and just shutter the Rays and move them over, and they can be the Orlando. They can't be the Magic, but
the Orlando somethings.
Yeah, and they'll be Disney related. I don't know, but yeah, or I mean that doesn't make any sense to me unless that's a relocation, not a new team. So I think California doesn't need another team. I don't think Portland needs a team. I think that's too small of a market to support a team.
Yeah, no, Portland, that's the whole thing. They talk about like Kansas City getting an NBA team or an NHL team. And it's like, I go to the hockey games. It is the same 6,000 people that are there year in and year out. I just don't see them supporting an NHL team. And the same goes for a basketball team. It would be a completely bandwagon, and within 5 seasons, it'd be shuttered and moved to another town.
Yeah.
So
here we go. As of April 2nd, the most frequently mentioned potential, look, AI, thank you. Nashville, Charlotte / Raleigh. That's never going to happen because then you're going to lose the Bulls. Durham, that's not happening. Portland, I don't see it. Montreal, we already moved one team away from there.
Mm-hmm.
In Salt Lake City, do we need a Mormon team?
I don't think that Salt Lake City maybe could work. I mean, they do kind of support the Jazz.
By the way, just Louisiana and coming out. That team should never have been called the Jazz. They should have changed
After
the
they
name
left?
when they. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
Jazz in Utah.
No. Yeah, we call them the caffeines or the soda pops or
I
the
don't know.
soakers. Oh,
I couldn't think of it.
the
That's what I
Salt Lake
wanted to say.
Soakers.
That really works. I couldn't think of it. Thank you. That's what I wanted to say. That was where I wanted to go. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yikes!
Mexico City. Yeah, no. Mexico City. Worse altitude than Colorado.
Yes.
San Antonio.
What do you mean? It's 500 feet to the center to the right field wall. Trust us, you need it.
Las Vegas is getting the A, so they're out of the running.
Oh my God!
Vancouver, no.
No,
Louisville, that's a college town. You don't put a
no.
Indianapolis,
Maybe, but I don't think so. They've had a minor league team there for years, which
yeah. New Orleans almost got the A's 1,000 years ago. The first New Orleans has potential because between Houston and Atlanta, there's not really anything.
no, it'd be like the old days of Mid-South.
Yeah.
You can catch the Houston team and catch the Atlanta team, and then they can watch the local boys.
You joke, but
You joke, yeah. They send somebody to the showers. He shows up in Atlanta the next week. What the hell? Or comes back in a mask. Now batting from parts unknown,
Mr. Nola.
Mr. Oh yeah. Could you imagine though, like the mascot would have to be like a Mr. Met with the baseball head and a big like steampunk voodoo top hat,
Oh yes,
like a Papa Shango,
100%.
Mr. Met Shango, whatever you want to call
another
it.
Papa Shango reference.
Another Papa Shango, yes.
See,
He
they
would
had
come
a-
out
they had-
in the
they had
black
an
bell
arena
bottoms, the vest, like the African pattern purple and gold vest, the baseball head, a big gold tooth, maybe some dreadlocks. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too.
You know, they had an
cliched.
arena league. They had an arena league team, arena football
Voodoo.
team. Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
I mean, I thought that was brilliant. And it's not being used. Let's go. Let's do it. I want the New Orleans Voodoo and the MLB.
MLB, yes. Just purple and purple, just Mardi Gras colored uniforms.
Yes.
Oh, you think that the Rockies can rock the purple? Well, watch this.
We're gonna throw some green and some yellow on top.
Some
Green and
green
gold.
and some yellow and tassels.
Gold.
This is fucking gonna rock.
guy lifting voodoo curses on bats as they walk to the plate.
Oh my God, yes. You could do that in between innings, go out there and throw some juju. That's the mascot, Juju. Just this big Mr. Met with a voodoo hat just coming out.
Okay. That's as good.
Ooh.
That's as good as line cooks.
It's as good. We've had a good show. We should
have.
come in unprepared. Line cooks and Juju, the voodoo mascot for the New Orleans Voodoo.
Imagine, like, who needs a t-shirt cannon? We got a bead cannon. Boom.
Oh my God.
Boom.
Could you imagine? You bring the ball out with a second line.
Oh,
The opening day is a second line delivers the ball to the mound.
dude, that is awesome.
Bop, 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 bop. Oh my God, the crowd would go nuts. And then Juju is out there just dancing around.
Hell
And
yeah.
yes, and then a bead cannon into the crowd. Because then you could go right through the net. Just
Or get trapped in the net. One of the two.
just looks like Mardi Gras has been slaughtered. You come out to play it. There's beads hanging from the backdrop. There's some guy lighting fires in the dugout, throwing live chicken bodies out on the. It would be insane if they did it right.
There'd be the drop for from Bull Durham. We need a live chicken to break the curse. That'd be played every
Candlesticks.
game.
Yeah, there we go. Crossed candlesticks, the
Yep,
Juju.
yep.
Oh my God, yes.
They give out every game. The promotion is a voodoo doll of the other team.
Oh, a life-size one. You drag out like a big giant
Oh,
stuffed
yeah.
mascot with a big old needle and or bat, and you just drive it right into its heart and just beat the shuck out of
Yes.
it. Drag it
Yes.
around like
Yes.
oh my god, yes.
Yeah. Get one
He
of
would
the
be
first
the
drawn
most
characters
rockin'
from Zaxxon
mascot.
Square to pull the voodoo doll behind it around the outfield.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I hope they get
Okay,
this
that's
team,
where they
and I
yeah,
hope that
they need this team.
yeah, if for nothing else than just to electrify the crowd. And then you gotta hope they don't suck so that
Well, I
it's
mean,
not like
look,
him doing this shit for 15 people.
think about the Saints fan base, and it would be the same fan base. They
Mhm.
are
Rabid.
fanatical, loyal, and they would support that team like very few other teams in the country, I think.
Mhm. And then what will happen is that
And be miserably, it'd have to be an indoor stadium because it'd be brutal otherwise. Jesus Christ.
What happened to Juju? Oh,
He
it's a
melted.
terrible story. He just passed out one day and never got up.
We go through a lot of jujus as it
We go
turns
through
out.
a lot of Jujus. Oh, yes. No, they'll end up naming them like the Lafayettes or, the Cabildos or something like that.
They could build those.
But it doesn't have to call us Johnson or Jackson or whatever. Yeah.
Oh my god! I want the New Orleans Voodoo.
What the New Orleans Voodoo now? If Nashville can have the Sounders or whatever the hell they're calling
That's
them.
just stupid.
Yeah, they've already got the logo. I mean, I'm pretty sure that
There's a minor league team. That's the
Oh, is it?
Nationals now. Yeah, so
Okay.
they're just simply stealing that.
Okay, then.
New Orleans has a minor league team, the Zephyrs. I don't know why, but the Voodoo that we just created is so much better.
Oh yeah, infinitely better. It would add some. I like the idea of them dragging the other team's mascot like a giant voodoo doll,
Yes.
or one of those kaiju pillows those kids get that have like a girl printed on them. I tell you this one. So one year at Planet Comic Con, I'm working a friend's booth, and he sells the Gundam stuff. So a kid comes in with his mom. He's like 13, 14 years old, right? And he is like wanting to buy all these like sexy anime girl statues, right?
Nice.
So they're all, just cut, leaves nothing to the imagination, right?
Right.
And he leaves the booth and he comes back by. It's his birthday and his mom's gonna buy him whatever he wants. And he comes back with a bag full of not full, but like two of those girl pillows, right? And he walks away, and I was like, man, she's gonna have to wash the hell out of those. And Babe is standing next to me because what she did, she came down to the show with me and walked around while I was working the booth.
Right.
And she just looked at me, she's like, ew. I was like, you're like 17 now. I think I can get away with this.
There's an assumed risk at this point in your life.
And then she's like, ew. And I was like, you got the joke. So
So ew on you.
ew on you.
Now I'm ooed out.
Yeah. She told me once she goes, Pete Davidson's really funny. She started showing me one of his stand-up specials, and he got to this bit where he was talking about having sex. And then it was just, who can be the most uncomfortable right now? Me? I won, by the way. I just won.
I would not have doubted that for a moment.
Yeah. I'm going to outlast my child. It's going to be
Congratulations.
I'm going to outlast her on principle. To teach her to be more competitive.
It's a moral imperative.
It's a moral imperative. Not to mention the fact that she started it. I'm going to fucking end it.
That's too funny.
Oh yeah. So
I have a question for you.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Yeah, it's
what could it be?
Steve, what's on your desk?
Well,
I'm getting really good at that, by the way.
You are getting good at that. It's the ad block is now sponsoring the show. I got two.
Fire away.
Two. All right. So the first one is, for whatever reason, I really do kind of like these sort of off-model representations of like the superheroes.
Okay.
Like the Japanese superhero, Spider-Man is one of my favorites because of those ridiculous wrist things and the way
Yeah.
manga Batman is another one. But they did the Fleischer Studio
You got it.
Superman.
Nice.
And here's how it worked. Saturday, I go in and they've got that 40% circle thing on the Orion figure.
Hmm.
So I go, they must be trying to clear out shelf space, peg space, because we're getting new stuff in. I went in Sunday morning just on a lark, and there he was on the peg.
Nice. So I know you've been looking forward to that one. When you were concerned about the S,
The
how do you
S,
feel
and
about
it
the S?
is. I still wish it was a bigger, fatter, or whatever.
Yeah, the S should be a little fatter. I agree.
Because it gives them a little bit more oomph, I think. But otherwise, no,
No, it looks really nice.
It's really cool. You got little squinty eyes kind of thing. And then I've watched some of the old Fleischer cartoons. The funny thing is they didn't want to do them, so they charged them like an exorbitant amount of money. And they said, okay. So they ended up spending all this money on the animation, which is why it is so kind of cool to watch these old cartoons, because they're done in the 40s and they're just like watching the first Batman the animated series with the Art Deco look and stuff.
Nice.
So they're very cool. And then the other one is Super 7 re-released
Oh, it's your boy.
in the reaction model. And if you've ever, I've already opened him.
Okay.
Frank was giving me a hard time at work because you're going to take it out of the package. I'm like, fuck yeah. So,
or God damn it.
Yeah. So he's only that tall.
So that's about right for
No, the big one, the regular size, he's in the other room.
Okay.
But the other one's about twice the size. But if you've ever seen the reaction figures the Super 7 does,
yeah,
they have been traditionally 5-point architect, hips, elbows, head. This bad boy can move to the sides and can bend.
Well, you're not showing it to me, so I can't.
Oh, wait a minute.
There you go.
He can bend. He can bend at the knee.
Oh, he's being very
He can twist at the waist.
Wow.
He has the G.I. Joe sort of elastic thing holding the top, the torso together, so that if I were like twist his legs around enough, they would break and the whole toy, I think, would fall apart.
Do they launch?
They do not launch.
Fuckers.
I know.
You little pansies can't handle launching toys.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun. That came today.
Nice.
And I did buy the Biotron that went with it just because it's there. You know, but it's really weird because Biotron and Baron will be in scale with each other as a Super 7 reaction figure. But in reality, you know, Baron Karza was like this tall, as tall as a pop bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And Biotron was big enough that you could put a figure inside its chest. So Biotron was like,
I remember he was big.
He was huge. But now in the reaction line, they're the same size.
Well, that doesn't work.
No, and but as I was thinking about it, it's like if these do well, then I guess we'll be getting an Acroyer maybe sometime. We'll get a Force Commander.
Your ultimate design motif, Acroyer?
Yes, my ultimate design motif, Acroyer, which subconsciously burned into my brain. It was so bad, so obvious when I realized what it was. I made a sword to go with him. So he's got chains and flaming chains slapped around one wrist, and then he's got a big Acroyer sword in the other.
Well, even back in the day when we were playing the Marvel superhero game, you drew your character.
It would creep out. Yep.
He had an Acroyer helmet. It didn't creep out. He had the Galactus ears.
Yep.
Yep. So it made a mark on you, clearly.
It clearly made a mark. I've been reading the omnibus, and I have to say, the artists do make a difference. Where the people, people like, oh, I love this guy or that guy. The storytelling and art, the ability to tell a story, not just draw like a really cool figure. I don't feel like it's one of those things that comic readers truly get, because they fall in love with this guy because his art style is so this. You watch Golden and the way he moved things around, the word balloons didn't have to be so explanatory. Other artists where the breakdowns are really kind of rough and unfinished, you see more exposition to explain what is happening in the scene. And then when you just see different artists with different styles, that storytelling affects the writing, because the Marvel way is, here's my outline, and then they give it back to you when they've penciled it all in and you add the words. So
I had the same experience rereading the Frank Miller Daredevils, because it's so fluid the way that they drew it. It, like the fight scenes, no word bubbles, occasional sound effects, and it really told the story of the combat. And
yeah,
like,
the way he drew fight scenes was amazing.
Yes.
It'd be like 10 guys all glomming onto somebody,
yeah,
and you still had an idea what was going on.
I don't think I really appreciated it at 12 and 13 like I did now, reading it and like going, wow, that's really the way the page moves.
Yes.
The page moves. It flows. It's amazing.
And that's why I say, I mean, once you get to the point where you can recognize it and appreciate it, and I think for me it was reading the omnibus, watching it go through different artists over time.
Sure.
So you see the Michael Golden year, and then you see the Howard Chaykin year, and it was Howard just doing breakdowns and somebody else doing finishes. And yeah, you had to give so much more exposition because you weren't quite sure what the hell was going on.
I for me it was Thor, because it was like Sal Buscema
Yes.
when I started reading it, and then it was Walter Simonson, and then it was like Al Milgrom after him, and it was like, you can't do that to me. You got to find somebody that transitions there, because that's not ever going to work.
No.
Yeah, that's never going to work. But yeah, but going from like Sal Buscema's art, and then like the first couple issues, it's like, oh, we got a new guy, and then you start going, oh, this new guy is really good. I really like this.
There's something about the way Thor is popping off the page and the fuck a doom sound effects.
Yes, indeed.
That do make a huge difference. So
it's an important part of the storytelling. It really is.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my little what's on my desk is my tiny tyrant Baron Karza.
And all right, well, here's what I got.
What about you? What's on your desk?
Nicely done, sir.
Thank you.
I actually remembered.
Sponsored by Adblock.
I remembered where I saw it.
Oh, cool! You picked one up
and got it.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So I have another Hulkbuster to add to my collection. I have a tiny army of Hulkbusters in case I ever get hulked. But this is the one with the teeny tiny Iron Man driving the Hulkbuster.
And I gotta say that is perhaps. Because like the bitty pipe, the little tiny bitty pops,
which comes with its own little box, by the way,
they're so small. Yeah, you look at that and you're like going, my God, they're so small. But that's like the perfect way to display that.
I can't imagine there's any other way that would be practical without running the risk of losing it, or a child swallowing it, or a dog eating it in my house. Yeah, but this is great.
No, it's a cool looking pop figure, and I like that you can park the little bitty inside.
Yeah, I'm not taking him out. He's got a little plastic shell around him. Oh, he's got the plastic shell from inside the box. That's what it is. You can take him out and put him in the box, and he has his plastic shell. But it's also can you see it there? Also, what's holding him in place. So
nice.
Yeah. So I did actually remember which Target I saw that in, and you can see my army of Hulkbusters right there, sort of. There are currently 4. This makes 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's a cool pot. I like that. I like that they did, because they've also done Voltron, and they've done some of the Power Rangers too, like the Megazord and stuff. And you look at it going, oh man, robots. Shit, robots.
I know your ears perked up when you saw robots.
Robots.
You robots, me monkeys. It's all this. Yes, there's a new DC, and it's the Kryptonite gorilla in the Flash, and I can't remember I can't remember his name, but I'm like, oh shit, it's a 2-pack.
Oh,
Big giant Kryptonite gorilla.
yeah. I got it. I got an ad in my, I think, Facebook tonight.
If only there was a blocker for that. Dun dun dun
Da-da.
dun.
Yeah, I got an ad for like McFarlane last days of DC sale, right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And it's showing like waves of figures for $9.99. And you're like going, oh, it's amazing. I could get for $10. I could get all those, take the one I like, sell the others for $3 each and come out to zero. And then it very clearly states in the disclaimer, this sale is only good for March 2025. And I'm like, it's April 3rd and this or 2nd, and it is just hitting my box today.
Damn it.
But it's like, people are going to like jump on all this stuff and then be like, what do you mean it's $90? It's only 10. But
Well, right away, it'll come back down to earth once they glut the market, and you know how it is.
oh, do we ever? Yes.
Yeah. So, when
I really do live this tiny little bit.
I know you do. I know you do. As soon as I saw him, I was happy for you.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Was like, I got to have that. Even if it's reaction figures are $20, which is kind of expensive, I think, for that big
Yeah.
and 5 points of articulation. But this one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10 or 12 points. I was like, yeah, I'm spending $20 on Baron cards. Like, fuck yeah, I'm spending $20.
Nice.
Baron's my boy.
You're my boy, Baron.
Baron. Yeah, babe. That was the thing at Planet Comic Con. She found a 16 candles Samantha figure,
Uh-huh.
a pop, and then she saw there was a Jake. So our day 2 quest was Jake.
Jesus.
And we went to the pop booths, and I said, "Hey, babe, keep an eye out for a Homelander." She goes, "Who is that?" I go, "I like Homelander. He's this."
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it's Cody Rhodes. Anyway, same booth. She goes, "Oh, look, there's Jake." I'm like, "Cool. How much? $12. Fine, not a problem." And then there's Homelander. Oh shit!
You got a Homelander pop?
So I got a Homelander pop.
Nice.
Yes.
I didn't know they. Do you have him handy?
I kind of do.
Sweet. I want to see that one. Damn it. I didn't need to know that existed. God damn it.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
Uh-huh. Yes. Little.
Nice. Homelander is awesome.
Yes. So that was kind
Alright.
of fun. It was a fun Planet Comic Con. I found stuff I needed to find. Found stuff I didn't need to find.
Ain't that always the way?
Yes, that is always the way.
We've got a con coming near here, and I keep getting ads for it because I clicked on one day. The
Uh-huh.
celebrity guests announced so far are Barry Williams, Mike Lookinland, and Cindy Olsen. So half of the Brady
Okay.
Bunch.
So you're going to have a Brady Bunch photo op.
The guy who was Mr. McFeely on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and the guy who was the cop on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So you're gonna have a Mr. Rogers photo op, and that's it. That's all they have announced so far. And I'm like, I am not paying money to go to this. Who is paying money to go to this?
That one's kind of it's not. I mean, our celebrity row. David Tennant,
Nice.
River Song was there. Pete Ulrich, Vincent D'Onofrio, Luke Cage, Michael Coulter was there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so Liza's like, because we were going to try and find a bottle of Midori since he did that thing. The remake of the Roddy McDowell movie with the vampires and the
Oh
neighborhood.
yeah. Fright Night.
Fright Night, right. So David Tennant was in the remake with Colin Farrell, and he played this magician, and his thing was Midori me, and we were going to find a bottle of Midori and see if we could get him to sign that.
That'd have been cool.
And then as we were looking at the line on Friday, the slow day, that thing was a couple hundred people deep, and we're like, we're not doing that.
Wow. Yeah, that's a long way to go to get a bottle of booze signed.
But it would have been the most fun, I think, item to get signed.
I saw an interview the other day, or a news article that said ever since season 1 of Daredevil, when Charlie Cox hit someone with a microwave in one of the fight scenes, he's autographed like 10 microwaves. There you go. That's like when I saw the guy get Mick Foley to autograph a folding steel chair, and I went, "Son of a bitch, you're a genius."
Yes. So, Jim from Taxi, Christopher Lloyd was there.
Ah,
Yeah. So a friend of mine from the Funko world drove down from Minneapolis to be there too, and so we ran into her and kind of wandered around the con with her for a little bit. That was fun. You know, Babe's met all these people, and she's like, "Why do I remember her?" It's like the escape room in Minneapolis. Oh yeah. So
I had the Target bag with the Hulkbuster in the back seat of the car, and I hadn't brought it in yet. And I brought him a load of groceries one afternoon, and I didn't pick this bag up. And Laura goes, "Aren't you gonna get that bag?" I go, "Well, I'll get it later." And she goes, "Oh, what is it?" I go, "It's for the podcast." Yeah.
yes. It's for the podcast. It's a
for the
business expense.
It's a segment on the podcast. Well, we are at an hour and 16, which is our sweet spot ish.
Woohoo!
So I think we're going to call this one a wrap. We did a successful social experiment. That's not easy to say.
Yes, it is. And Dave hasn't said anything since that we're talking about you on our podcast.
Hold on.
Oh.
It says, "Believe it or not, I still have this and the sanitizer drawings." Oh my god!
What?
You can't see it.
I can't really see it. What? Oh wait, I saw. Is it the sanitizer?
The return of the sanitizer. The return of Dave.
Oh man. That's too funny.
We made a lasting impression. How about that?
Hey, Joey Durrell remembered our chicken ads, so yes.
The ones we did zooted out on Jolt Cola?
Zooted out on Jolt Cola, yeah. I just remember going into some weird fugue state, coloring one of those things. And then it's like, I remember starting in this corner, and the next thing I remember is being done. I don't remember all the time in between where I was clearly over a marker, coloring, strung out on Jolt Cola and like 2 hours of sleep.
Because we waited till the day that we promised them to do 4 of them.
Finish 4 of them. Hey, we did them. And they remembered them. So
they hung up for a long time.
Oh, man. I used to have the salad bar sign. My wife finally made me throw it away. I'm very, very sad.
You did have the salad bar.
I had the Polynesian Luau salad bar sign, man. I was going to hang that over my bar at the
Why wouldn't you?
She said, "Why are we keeping this?" I'm like, "Are you kidding? It's the Polynesian Luau. It's the salad bar from Earth. They don't do that anymore because they're making 1,500 type of meat sandwiches." So,
and kale is a superfood and not a salad bar dressing.
Spread it around.
You're never
going to make it rain kale.
You're never going to make me buy into kale when I used to put it in a garbage bag and reuse it for 3 days. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not buying into kale.
No one ever stopped and asked, "Can I get myself a bowl of this, please?"
Can I have some of that shrubberies?
Can I have some of the shrubberies? Yeah. Do you remember, I don't know, Onzine's buddy? And then somebody asked him what the fish fillet was made of. And the guy goes, "Is that gaw?" And Onzine's buddy's in the back line. He's like leaning in between like the little warmer bun. He's like, "What's that?" He goes, "Is that gaw?" He goes, "Oh yeah, that gaw fish, baby. That old gaw." I'm like, "God, what? It's Alaskan halibut, Oh baby, that gaw fish. Uh-huh. Give it 2 of those.
I do remember that. Now that you said it, it just jumped right into my brain. Yes. Oh my God, that's too funny. That is too funny.
Oh God,
I do remember that.
The only other thing I remember from that one is a little bit of barbecue sauce and a thing of the rest. Good night, everybody. Still
night.
Bruce, still Steve.
Steve, good